Hey everyone, and welcome to another video in our tutorial series. And in this video, we're going to be talking about lighting. Mainly, we're going to be talking about how you can light up a studio type scene. I'm not really going to be talking about lighting outdoors, since there isn't really much you can control. The most you can do is using something like a reflector to bounce off existing light. But today, I'm going to be talking about how you can set up different light sources and what each of them do. So hopefully by the end of the video, you're gonna be able to go from something like this to something like this. Now there are different components that go into lighting up a scene like this, and I'm gonna be going through each of them step by step. Now, lighting is also kind of subjective, I would say, and depending on what you need, you might want to do something different. But I'll tell you what each of the components do. That way you can decide for yourself what you actually need. So to begin with, let's start with the dark room. And I'm going to turn on my first light. So this is the key light, and it generally is the main source of lighting for your scene. The one we have is basically just a bright light in front of a white diffuser. So what that does is prevents really harsh shadows from forming in your face. So if you can see, there's kind of a gradient of shadows on my face. And without the diffuser, as I said, you just get really sharp shadows, and you generally do not want that. One more thing regarding the key light, I am currently putting it at an angle. So it's not exactly from the side and not exactly from the front, but kind of like 45 degrees to my right. Again, this is kind of subjective and it will depend on what you want to do. Sometimes you might want to have it right in front of your face or facing down from above. But for me right now, this is stylistically what I want. Okay, so regarding the shadows on my right half, you can either have another softer light coming from this side, or you can have something like a reflector, which is what we have here. So this is a reflector, and as the name says, it reflects light. So as you can see, if I put it under me, like this, you see it's reflecting all that light from there, and it's reflecting it towards my chin. Sometimes you might want that, maybe for photography or something. But now my goal is to reduce the shadows on this side of my face. So I'm gonna place it here and have it so that it kind of lights up my other half. So now you can see this side is still brighter, but this side is not that harsh and dark, which is what I want right now. So just to show you a before and after, this is what it looks like with the reflector. And this is what it looks like without the reflector. Now here you can also play around. You might want really strong reflections or maybe something really light just to cancel out the shadows on this side. And now we can move on to the next part. So this part is kind of optional. It's essentially lighting your background so that there's more happening in the frame and you're kind of spicing it up, if you may. So first off, I have this LED light. And from this side, I'm gonna have a kind of blue shade on the background there. Okay, so now it's kind of strong on this side and weaker on this side. I might have to play around with the colors a bit. So now to sort of balance it out, I'm gonna have a yellowish light on that side, and hopefully it'll create some sort of a gradient going from blue to orange, and that will kind of add something to the background and not make your video boring. So yeah, now as you can see, after playing around a little bit, I have an orange hue from this side, a blue one from this side, and they're kind of mixing together somewhere around here. So this is a very basic tutorial of how you can light up your studio. Obviously, I'm not an expert and you can probably find something better, but that's the thing, it's all about adapting what you already know into fitting it for whatever project you have. So that's all for the tutorial. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions regarding the equipment we have, feel free to contact us. We also rent out all this so you can use it for your projects. So yeah, goodbye and have a wonderful winter break.